I've got a problem. And luckily, we've learned about what a design process does. Solves problems. You see, not every single problem that we engineers or designers try to fix is world-altering. Sometimes it's just improving a small aspect of someone's life. For me, I've got all of these random little things that I have to carry with me or not lose. I have my wallet, my ID, I've got a pocket knife, I have my keys, I have my headphones, I got coins. And really, if you don't develop a system, a method of finding your stuff or identifying where it goes, it can cause a lot of aggravation if you lose your stuff or you're not sure if you put it one place or the other. So I'm going to introduce your design challenge. You are going to design and create an organizer for your belongings. Now, let me just show you this example. This organizer is made out of wood, but it doesn't have to be. Here, it's got my wallet. It has a cup with storage for coins and things like that. My glasses can stand right on this nook here, this hook that's made. I've got my keys hanging on the top. This slot allows me to wrap my ID lanyard around it so I can just tuck it away and it's nicely secured there. I'm even able to hang my headphones from this little knob that's hanging off, and my pocket knife just sits right here. If I had pens, I could use this groove as well. What's awesome about this, it is portable. I could actually fit this into a bag and bring it with me wherever I go. And I use this to solve the problem of knowing where my things are. I'm going to tell you your criteria. For the first stage of our design process, we need to ask all the important questions. For instance, who is this for? If it's for you, great. You know your audience. If it's for someone in your house, then you need to ask them what things they need to hold. Your criteria are going to be that it has to be portable. You have to be able to pull it apart and put it back together. It must hold 3 specific items. You can hold more if you want, but I'm looking for a minimum of 3. And your last criteria is that it must fit the intended space. If I was designing this to fit on my nightstand, it wouldn't be helpful if it was too large to actually sit next to my lamp on my nightstand. Your constraints. You're going to have 5 days to build this and submit pictures of it holding these items. The materials that you are limited by, your constraint for materials, is anything that you have at home. It could be a pencil, it could be paper clips, it could be cardboard, it could be lots of sheets of paper. However, you are limited by what you have access to. All of your work will be cut up day by day, and we are going to build each day. I will put your requirements and the total requirements of the project on Google Classroom. Your tasks for today are as follows. Number 1, you need to identify the person this is for. Number 2, you need to identify the space that you're going to be storing this or positioning it to hold the objects. Number 3, you need to identify the different objects that you will be storing. And number 4, you need to generally measure the items that you are going to store. Let me give you an example. On mine, this space here needs to hold my wallet. Now, if I didn't measure how wide or how long my wallet is, it may not fit in the gap. That is why you need to loosely measure your objects. These drawings do not need to be technical orthographic drawings. It can be just a rectangle, like for my wallet, I could just draw a rectangle that represents the size of it, and I could measure out 1 inch here, 4 inches this way. And that way I know how big the gap needs to be. And the last requirement for today is that you are going to brainstorm sketch. For instance, will yours be like mine? where it kind of is a lean-to with two pieces that interlock? Will yours stand up, kind of like our cell phone stand? Will it hang? Will it be a very long, thin type of container? Really, the choice is yours. You're designing this for your custom situation. So just to recap, the things that you need to do today. Number one, you identify who this is for. Number two, you are going to identify the space that this organizer is going to go into. The next one, you are going to identify 3 items that this organizer needs to hold. You're going to measure those items loosely so you know how to fit them. And then you are going to draw 4 different ideas for what this could look like. This will help you as we go to choose one and start drawing out measurements. Happy making!